pawn shop. Where is he? Mostly military wear with a few.
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Heimdall burning. The antlers on the hood of the man's cloak and his piercing blue eyes are familiar.
Lift the t-shirt. What's the deal with the man on this t-shirt? How much are you selling this t-shirt?
It smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
What's the deal with the man on this t-shirt?
It's the man from Heimdall.
Walking away from his burning village. Yes.
I'm guessing I'm supposed to know who this man from Heimdall is, but I lost my memory recently and not remembering basic facts about reality. Remind me, who's the man from Heimdall?
The man from Heimdall is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotla. Mostly what is nowadays Arda NFD. In fact, most people don't think that man from Heimdall ever really existed. But they are wrong.
Heimdall isn't a real place.
Neither is the man a real man, of course. But both the man and Heimdall are an ontological necessity. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about.
Roughly.
Wow, what?
Auric. What did you mean the man from Heimdall was real? How much are you selling this t-shirt?
I mean, even if the man from Heimdall didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
Okay.
And incredulous?
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Heimdall, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
It's for the best, because Heimdall is not a real place, and thus he could not have gone there. His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting.
Okay, how much?
2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows. Couldn't you just give it to me for free then?
But why?
Because I'm a broke cop without a cent to my name. I could repay you in some other way. Oh, let's not. Okay, Kim doesn't like corruption. Let's not do that. I guess I can't really think of any good reason.
You'll just have to buy it then. But it's not like it's expensive.
Interesting. So it's a physical thing. Dude, I'm losing all my authority. I guess it's because it's like not really a professional dress. Physical instrument. It is. Oh, let's go. Why is that yellow though?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Maybe let's. Okay, let your gaze run over the street.
The light pole
Street light.
has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
That is street light.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
Did you get this?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
He leans into the pawnbroker doesn't hear him.
You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
He pauses, studying the light. How much for the street light? There's nothing else you need to know about the light.
700 real.
Oh.
A bargain, I dare say.
Are you out of your mind? There's one just like that on every corner, even taking into account the risk of obtaining the light. That seems cheap. 700 sounds about right. I imagine it wasn't easy sawing off that street light.
Hey, I don't know where it came from, but it's not every day you get to buy and sell something so extraordinary.
Okay, bro. Why would I need? Why would I need the lamp? Doesn't even give me. Okay, so that makes me think that we have a home somewhere in this map, and we can decorate it. I guess. There's nothing else you need to know about the lamp. Yeah, I wonder where is my home. Talk to the guy.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
He asks, "Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you." You shake your head. It's shameful how insufficient the police presence in these parts. Now that the RCM is here, tell me, have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Nod. Quite the collection indeed. Look around. Typical vacuous consumerist objects. Honestly, I think some of your selections are impressive and tasteful than others. Business plan is all over the place. What do you mean recapitalize? Yeah, the place looks cool. I mean, no, nod.
It keeps me entertained.
Attention is drawn once more to the play of light and shadow.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
Something like sell. Challenging is Roy High, and if yes, what is he? Oh wow. +2, +2. +1. Composure notice psych. No, anything.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolidon?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Is it just me, or is it really warm in here? Get closer, sir. Could you take off sunglasses? I'd like to check your eyes. Get straight to the point. Where does a man get Pyrrolidon these? Check your eyes.
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them.
Okay. Pretty obvious, sir. It's pretty obvious that you're under the influence. No judgment, just I probably did loads of Pyrrolidon. But man, I'm a child cop. Some of what you're having. So it can be a drug cop. Yeah. I didn't mean to offend you. Drop the subject, you know. Oh, okay, so it's to get drugs. Not really to punish him. Pretty obvious though.
Pyrrolidon is just something since the People's Power disaster.
Coughs as if to mark his words.
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
Sad though. Was power, what's that? Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were part of. Must have been tough. Radioactive cleanup. How did you end up running a pawn shop?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance.
Oh, okay. What is a particle decay generator? Why is it called?
A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile.
Why is it called?
Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the Commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol West. Needless to say, things didn't work out.
Why did it fail?
An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
Points at the white triangle on his orange.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
He looks at the spiraling light and stops. Must have been tough, radioactive.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile.
Hesitate.
So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
Sighs and shakes his head.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
Ferguson. The Martinez is an area. Thank you for telling.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Better share a Pyrrhilodon with me. Something I'd like to sell. Yeah, a drugged playthrough would be crazy. Something like to sell. Do you know anything about the traffic menace on the... Might be able to aid our investigation. I shouldn't get on drugs, bro. It's good. Bad. By the way, do you have any guns like the ones carried by officers?
Let me have a look.
On my clothes, I have a fascinating photo of a corpse here. Photo. Check my pocket.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Not gonna do that. I need to. Yeah, hang. Probably the postcard, because what is that gonna be? On my clothes?
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
Looks like go up and down quick. Have a fascinating photo.
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
Barely even looks at it. Do you know what the tattoos
A
mean?
photic paths, counter-radiance networks, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter.
No.
You have absolutely no idea what aphotic paths are, but the tattoos on the man are not that.
I don't have anything to sell at the moment.
Another time, perhaps.
Know anything about the traffic menace on the loose?
Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
Wait, why don't you drive? But yeah, when the traffic menace drove over your roof?
Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop, and then moving on.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
Vortex sounds fascinating. Does that mean you don't have any idea who the driver was? I can understand how you would make Jacob the rule for a powerful... Take Jacob for a powerful electric vortex. I'm just gonna say that. I don't even know what that means.
Jacob of the great tip-top champion. Yes, yes.
Do you think it may have been Jacob Irv who drove over your roof?
Forehead crease.
It's a logical explanation. I felt within that thunderous crash a soul plunged into chaos.
Yeah, you might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
You know anything about the recent hanging? Do you think you can help me get a corpse out of a tree? Actually, that's what I got.
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything.
Think you can help me get a corpse out of a tree?
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself.
He looks into the swirling lights into you.
Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
Okay, actually, that's all I've got.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
By the way, do you happen to have any guns?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Damn it, I sold it to him. Probably sold it.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
Damn it.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Wait, I sold you my gun. Was the buyer a policeman too? At least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else. Wait, I sold you my gun.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He hesitates.
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her.
A pig. I'm thinking Kuno S.
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Yep, the lieutenant turns to you. Yeah, there's only one explanation. You must be one of my rabid fans. Maybe she's a vigilante who wants to prove she can do our jobs better than we can. I don't like it either. What if she tends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia? I'm sorry, I sold my gun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. I do hope we manage to clean this mess up somehow, while also keeping our focus on the murder investigation.
Yeah, man, he sighs, yeah. Any idea where can I find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
So he knows of women.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
At least now I know how I lost my sidearm.
Of course.
I wanted to ask you about other business.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Down on the tips of your toes to see.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
I'll keep this Stereo 8 approved machine here. It's like for my apartment, or my living place, right? What I really want to know is, could this device come handy in my police work? Are you sure this is all in the working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
Oh, maybe there's a karaoke thing.
That's odd. Why doesn't he like music?
Don't like music. What do you like then?
The stuff I record myself. Silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by. Nocturnal animals climbing on the roof. Airship rotors. That kind of thing.
Maybe you should ditch music as well. Get into these more experimental sounds he's describing.
Upkeep this Stereo 8 approved machine here. What I really want to know is, could this device come handy?
If police work means playing tapes, sure.
Oh yeah.
You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Upkeep this Stereo 8.
Is the Harman Welsh W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
I want to buy that boombox. Equip this to play tapes. Oh, that could be cool. Bro, I need money. Oh, if we find tapes, there's definitely gonna be tapes. Do it.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Okay, now I'm thinking, who has the gun? The place where we found the bullet. That young communard. I have a feeling we need to go back there and find who lives in there. Or Kuno West, right? Inspect the knights on horseback, inspect the uniforms, inspect the figurines and rags, interface and dipper, dig up a truly cool figure in the box onto the table.
Why?
Nice.
What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
What is this? Show it to the shop.
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
As you can see, he's missing his head. He points at the decapitated.
50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
Cents bargain priced.
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head.
That when he lost his head, perhaps he's the head. Take the knights. Oh, purchase the headless found rider and his cap. What does that get me though? Nothing. Take the knights on horseback.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks. The kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
One of the knights on horseback. These are Franco-Nigerian cavalry, right?
I used to be very serious about my Franco-Nigerian knights.
He looks at the dusty figurines in the dim light, inspect the blue uniform.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Wait, this looks like Rene, the old guy who was playing Kong, wearing the blue figurines. What exactly are these?
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Next to the figurine. Point at the blue figurines. What exactly
Which
are these?
ones? Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the Revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose.
He appears from his glass box. Inspect the figurines and rags.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Point at the figurines and rags. Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers. Revolutionary soldiers.
Man behind the glass ends. Okay. The royalists supported the kings, I guess. Revolutionists revolted. This. Oh, the Franco-Nigerian.
I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
It's meant to give the people hope. Even we can do it. It's meant to give. Contrast is meant to be disheartening, as it ought to be. It's impossible to win against the cohorts of capital aspect of God. Oh, what? It made me. I wish it was nuanced as it stands. I cannot. Probably not impossible. But it was meant to be disheartening.
I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among my customers.
Get away from the table. Welcome to the pawn shop. The film A Dark Projector is wearing away. Bust of a woman. The plaque simply says T. Okay, the fact that it's orange, I could.
What a shirt. All other shirts pale in comparison to the muscular man.
Oh, it's because I can buy. Have it. But then you can keep looking, maybe someone else knows. Boring. I think it might be time to head to the docks, man. There's. Could be a moment where, like, you might need a. Okay, is this guy still... Okay, I think I want to check that apartment again. Just to see if they're still around. Talk to Kuno S. I wonder if they're NPCs, they leave at night. Nope. Okay, Kuno S is still here.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to
Whispers.
slit my throat in my sleep?
Oh,
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back.
oh no.
Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pigs come to take me out?
Yeah, pigs.
Trying to snuff me out?
The voice becomes almost inaudible. No, why would you even say that? Are you sleeping right now? I'm sorry for sneaking up on you. Why would you even...
Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare me, pig. Not a good idea at all.
Oh, damn it. We have to go the other... Because I feel like she might know where my gun is.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring
Wow.
thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
What is in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you, ghost? What is down the shore? Run your fingers through your damn hair. Who are you,
The
ghost?
skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district.
Oh,
Faint golden light seeps from the office windows.
what is down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
Beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Run your fingers through your damn hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
What is in the east?
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Clench your teeth or stop shuddering. Shake your shoulders again. Clench your teeth.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
And beyond that,
La Drusienne, King Dries passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
what is across the distribute?
Couron, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
What is beyond the Curon?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide.
Okay.
You have never been there. They don't need the law east of the river.
The east is the rich.
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The evening news.
Closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath the feet of a dead man. He swings from a tree, a gaping hole in his bare, rotting chest.
What's in the south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? Why am I not there? Should I look for? What? Where the hood?
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
What are we? Whoa, what's going on? Why am I not there?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town. In the shadow of the day the revolution failed.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Should I look further?
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain.
Is that ours?
Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
Oh.
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Where's you gotta go to sleep?
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria.
You should
Yeah.
take care of that, then.
I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
I can give you some money, mate. Oh yeah, and all these calls. Yeah, we haven't called this thing.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Yeah, it's interesting. Oh yeah. About that later.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Reconstruct. I don't think I got this last time.
No, these tracks are not interesting at all.
What's a party out here? Can I talk to this person? It's all about money, you know. Can't go in here, can we? No. Can't talk to these new people. Okay, that secret door. Still locked, right?
You see a heavy steel door. The door does not.
I haven't found any karaoke as well.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just an eyebrow. So about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
How much do I owe you again? I was wondering if we could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight. Actually, let's talk about something else. How much do I
A
owe you?
lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real.
We need a new arrangement, mate.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I will pay you back tomorrow. I'm an honest cop. It's called out. I'll freeze to death because I'm losing this stupid money game. Come on, man. After everything I've been through. He was about to say something. Let him.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However,
He adjusts his glasses.
I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and
He stops mid-sentence.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
Hold on, I still have my key, you know? This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it? Hold on.
Good luck trying to use it.
He taps his foot against a metal box installed in the back of the counter.
Draconian measures.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it? I'll find a way in, I'll break the door down. I won't say that, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Oh, so we've got to break in.
Oh, Lieutenant, We're done here.
Kim has offered help. Go to his motor carriage in front of the whirling. Thanks, mate.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio mic.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage.
Look in the suspect transporter.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
Oh, okay, so it's not his stuff. Okay. What are those things? What do you mean you confiscated them? You said then you had a pawn shop. Thanks, I appreciate your help. Take the spinners. Sorry, I can't take them. It wouldn't be right. Well, it's not him. It's yeah, what do you mean? What are those
There are
things?
spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
He makes a spinning motion with his hands.
Honestly, that sounds like an amazing physics demonstration.
What do you mean you confiscated them?
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
Oh, wow. So you took his spinners? Look at Kim, isn't that corruption? Look at the spinners, I get it. I would have confiscated them too, they're mesmerizing, so you took his spinners.
I
No,
took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
Not corruption. Get it, I would have confiscated them too. Oh. Isn't that corruption?
I don't know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
I don't know, is it? The lieutenant looks back, stone face. Do you want to put these spinners on your machine?
No, that would be silly.
He hesitates.
I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Yes, outrageously cool, yes. Wacky.
The spinners shine so bright they reflect on the lieutenant's glasses. He doesn't say anything either.
Ah, screw it, mate. We're using it, mate. Thanks, I appreciate your help.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Run your fingers over one of the steering levers, okay?
The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine's mechanical circulation.
Do I know how to operate this machine? How are you, my friend? Where have you been? Release the clutch handle. Do I know how to operate this
You
machine?
feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics.
Wait, does it mean I know how to pilot it? Release the clutch and squeeze again.
After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Do what you will with it. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back.
How are you, my friend?
The smell of freshly treated leather, the lack of dirt and dust on the dashboard, and a neat little brush in the cup holder. All seem to be whispering, I'm good, cherished and cared for, in the hands of a tending owner.
Yeah, so where's my... Oh, no way the car that flew over the thing was my car. Oh, don't tell me that. But it's a Cupris. Oh, and it's a Oh, it's a Capri, bro. Yeah, because where's my car? Surely I got here in a car. Where have you been? Oh, what?
At the bottom of the sea.
What?
So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. Why did it say that?
Release the clutch. Yeah, because, dude, it's our vehicle that flew over the shop. Release the clutch handle.
The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio
Tap
on a
the fuel
hook.
preheater
As you
gauge.
tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They are also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Close the door. Magnificent hubcap spinners that Lieutenant Kitsuragi has donated to you, that you can pay for your room at the Berlin. They are slate blue and shimmer haughtily in the coalitions of ruling people who rule the place, right? Charge. Oh, so you can't just steal that stuff. The NPCs have gone back, mate. Some kind of machine and antique.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
The boombox I bought should play this tape, right? I wanted to ask again about my wait, what?
Of course. It's in working order still, isn't it? Just pick your tape and set it spinning. It all starts with the tape.
I want to ask you again about my missing gun again. Something like that.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
The lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop, gone forever.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesk banger? No matter. I'll
Nice.
give you 200 real.
I was at the cobalt.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens it.
Of course, I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you.
Takes the cash and turns
Here's
to
the
you.
130 real you need for your bill.
Do not
Do
waste
not
it.
waste it.
The rest goes in his pocket.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Both the lieutenant and the pawnbroker turn to you. I have anything to say.
Another time, perhaps.
To take care of now. Okay, let's ask again.
Sure thing.
Thanks for the review. Let's talk about something.
Sure, man.
Him? Saving me out here? We try and wake the guy up.
The worker is in a deep slumber. There
Nice.
is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Wake up, this is an order. I am the Lord Nowhere. It's just a primordial scream.
Why the yelling, man?
30-something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a pensive look.
Looks like a Sao descendant. A lot of Sao dock workers around.
You're alive. You looked out for the long count. Wanted to see what would happen if I yelled. I need you to answer some questions right now.
Really? You woke me up for that?
Gives you a
Fine.
vacant stare. Groans.
What is it, officer?
See anything interesting in your dreams? Tell me about Wild Pines. Point to the writing on his overalls. Why are you sleeping here while the others are out striking? Who's behind organizing strike? What about the dead body in the yard? Yours? Point at the bottle and the spilt rum. Yeah, anything
Thank
interesting?
God, no.
Was it a fathomless darkness into bird like corpses? Mausoleum? Was it pure nothing? Your consciousness no larger than a single grain of malt. Tell me, was it a bliss free of X of something? Of X something? Alright, let's talk about something else. Was it fathomless
The
darkness?
worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out. No corpses. No mausoleums. Just quality time.
Tell me about Wild Pines.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
How's that going?
How's it going?
Lets out a big yawn, then stares at the cafeteria store or something. Listen on.
Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
Of course, it's a total madhouse. I'm not sure what you mean. I've almost never been outside of course.
Good. Then you understand the gist of it. We would all be better off without the employers and their employment. For one, I could get some goddamn shut-eye. Right to sleep, I say.
Rubs his eyes, then lets his sled fall back on the table. Why are you sleeping here?
Nate got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. I'm just getting some sleep. Or was.
Who's behind organizing the
We
strike?
are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
I mean, there's no leader? Oh, alright, I guess that makes sense somehow.
Okay. I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart. Knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
What's about the dead body?
Yeah. What about it?
Seem cool with it. Do you have many of these hanging? I know what about it.
You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs.
Bites.
If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern?
I want us to look into it. Looks like someone tell me what you know. Well, no point asking you about the body then. I got other questions.
I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead. You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know, and I prefer to keep it this way.
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook.
Yours? Point at the bottom.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal.
Thanks. Right, I'll let you.
The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet sleep.
Jeez, he's been sleeping for a long time.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just an eyebrow. So about the
Yes. Have you got it?
money. Have it.
Well,
Have your money. Yeah, I heard that you suspiciously well. Here's your 130 real. Slam the bills down on the counter. I hope you choke on it. Here's it. Sorry for the trouble.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow.
He takes out his keychain and fiddles with the mechanism behind the counter. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled. Wait, what? 9 p.m. Okay, how much is it?
Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
20.
I'll take a room here too.
He opens his wallet.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
He takes the money and hands him a keyring. Goodbye.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
Copper type? Wait, there are copper types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Full cop, some kind of weapon cop. Sorry, cop. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I was regular cop.
No, you're the sorry cop. The
Oh.
cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Won't the other copper types be jealous? I'm sorry. You know, actually, I'm not sorry. I changed my... They should be sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Sorry, cop. Very boost my stuff, right?
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
Maybe there's something in it for me. Okay, level up. I could do thoughts or level up stuff. I think what I'm doing is like I'm a intellect gunslinger basically. This is already so low. Under the nose of storm with immense. -2. That's just cool though, you know. Learning about keep your poker face. Let's see. We don't know what the benefits are. -2. Rigorous. You're one. Sorry. Yep. Up. Inattentive. Flagellant. Conk. This is not the right line. Probably in the field. Or providing limits against yourself and then Mazovian to trial and ripping the flesh from your back with a cat of 9 tails. Whatever you made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. You would really criticize yourself. Who knows? You might uncover something of importance from your children in the past. -1 authority. My authority is so trash. I wonder what's the benefit of it. That's huge. If you remember, like, what was shivers? Is how on your next time you tune into this. Just notice stuff. Interfacing, perception, bonus. And coordination, because I want skills. Do calculus. Six is so high though. Let's go with it. Let's go. Pistol. Probably if it's 6 hours, it means it's more.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
End of day debrief.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
He lights a cigarette. I didn't know you smoked, Kim. How do you know? How do you think today went? So what are our powers exactly? I say nothing. Just I didn't know you smoked.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
I think I might want to pick up smoking. Do you have any more cigarettes? How did you get so cool, Kim? Right then. Debrief.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day.
Pulls on the cigarette. How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal, and we still have to get him down from the tree.
By not ideal, he means he can't believe he let you try that trick and would be angry if he didn't feel the outcome was partly his responsibility.
I just wanted to make sure he was really dead. I admit it, I'm a little out of practice. I still can't believe I missed that shot.
Being sober also tends to help with precision. But moving on to the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her.
He
I
frowns.
have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
I need my badge.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, It really must be important.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running?
You run a lot.
Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I don't like to waste time, you know? My man moves fast, the rest has to try to keep up. I'm training for a long distance run. I want to raise money for charity. Yeah, that's just how we roll in Precinct 41. I don't know why I do the things I do, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I don't like to waste time.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
Nods thoughtfully tapping his finger on his cigarette. So if we didn't run, would this dialogue not be here?
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
He looks at your snakeskin shoes and smiles suddenly. So what are our powers exactly, RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
1,000, why not more? Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
The
1,000, why not more?
RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Grounds. Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Prevents confusion and overcrowding. Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up? I see, and if someone resists?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see, and if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Okay, so if I kill someone while on duty, what happens? People we convict, and who makes all these rules?
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Courant and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
Taps on his coat pocket with notes. And who makes all these rules?
The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly.
Okay.
The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
Gaze is absently window below.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was the citizens of Revachol.
Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum.
All internal.
The Moralists International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
Pulls on his cigarette. Okay, so what's the coalition of? If I didn't know, how would you describe them? I really don't know. That's how bad it is.
Okay. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in? What is their symbol? What do you think of them? I have no opinion on them.
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
Like the dark blue. Who was Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
Looks at this opinion on the mullet.
Do you?
And it arches proud and pulls. But it's about out here pointed. They're giving us the right. Done an awful job. We are the student, world's biggest. Oh. Things are bad, bro.
In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Actually, vigilant.
Spoken like a revolutionary, not a cop.
Oh.
But hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes. At least the Union thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
He looks at the roundabout.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over.
You know, I think just look into.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. 2 glowing circles.
Wow.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Pulls on the cigarette. Why are they like
It's
this?
our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our 2 precincts.
And in Jamrock and the GRIA.
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks like the dark silhouette.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
He shakes his head. I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least do some good. We won't change anything.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to a room. See you in the morning. Can I go? Thanks, mate. Bye. Oh. Guessing I can't go. Can I sleep? Like, what's going on? Didn't have any rest.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Yeah.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
No time to rest yet, V. No, I'm going to talk to this woman. Ross. Let's see. Yeah, out here.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on, somewhere inside.
Oh, we're not. Because obviously this woman knows us, right? Best character we talk. Turning on. So. Alright. Yeah, let's sleep then.
The bed is cold and
When do we wake up?
the sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
Going to bed.
And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come.
Oh no, but I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the pillow, check the blanket, roll over to the other side, check the pillow.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Smells of alcohol and sweat and grease.
Blanket?
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing, a bit tense in the muscles. Relax.
Roll over to the other side.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him? Who? No more thoughts fall asleep now. Who?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts fall asleep.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Oh, have I slept? Whoa, what is going on? Oh no, what's going on? Am I outside for real, or is it, this is the dream, right? Oh gosh.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Bloated corpse of a drunk. What is this? I remember nothing. I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die. What is this?
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Tell me what this is. I'm not answering before you tell me who you are. Did who? I left. Tell me what this is.
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
This is sad. You said who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
I left. I was left. Like I was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all back. I don't want to come back. I can get it all back.
No, it's gone.
Damn.
3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium? I've seen you before. I can come back from this. What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I've seen you before.
No, you haven't. You're just sleep talking. And the act is wearing thin, too. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed.
Stinky boy.
Come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
Oh.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type. What? No?
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Oh my gosh. Jeez, I'm a broken man, huh? And money for rent and pay but do I have enough? On the armor. Well, it's back in the day. Okay, I can actually do that today. Tonight, let's see. There's a water lock on it. Really need this badge, man. Okay.
Good going, buddy.
My god, what the hell was that? I just had the most beautiful dream, uplifting, rejuvenating. Is that how it's going to be now when I close my eyes?
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What chick? What the hell is going on with me?
You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
What? What the hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening? No, that's not it. Really, I feel... Why is this
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster.
I was on drugs.
Time to get some more.
No, we can't get addicted.
You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
Wait, what is speed? I need... Dating is my life. No, I can't take this. I'm not going to go looking.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week? Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
Am I kidding? Of course I want some speed. I can do this without speed.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
Okay, I think we're gonna call it there. Damn, that was good.